Welcome to making your Microsoft Word documents accessible. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create accessible heading styles and hierarchy. Headings should be meaningful, succinct, and clear. All major sections of content should have a heading. This not only helps to provide visual cues, but breaks up blocks of text, making information easier to find. Headings should also communicate content relationships and follow a consistent hierarchy. You need to be sure not just to visually style your heading structure, but use heading styles in Word so screen readers convey the proper hierarchy within your content. Feel free to open up a Word document of your own to practice on while you follow this tutorial. I have a document here that has bold headings in different sizes breaking up the text. But these headings were edited only by creating visual differences and not actually changing the heading structure in Word. To start, let's open the navigation panel, which will help us navigate our document as we add heading styles. I'm going to select the View tab. Then in the ribbon, select the box next to Navigation pane. The navigation pane just opened on the left, and I'm going to select Document Map. My document map is currently empty. This is because I don't have any heading styles selected in Word. To fix this, I'm going to select the Home tab. Here I have access to the Styles pane. There are some styles available in the ribbon. The title at the top of my page should be Heading 1. I would not use title unless I have a cover page where the title is written as well. If I highlight the title of my page and select Heading 1 in the ribbon, my heading changes to the built-in style of Heading 1 in Word. But if I really like the visual style of my headings and they make sense to those who will be looking at the document, meaning my heading 1 is larger and bolder, heading 2 is a bit smaller, and so on, I can keep my visual styling, but still use heading styles. I'm going to undo the heading I just changed. Instead of selecting a heading in the ribbon, I'm selecting Styles pane, and the Styles pane opens up on the right. In the Styles pane, I'm going to find Heading 1 and select the drop-down menu next to Heading 1. Now I am selecting Update to Match Selection. Now my heading visually looks the same as I styled it, but it's also marked as Heading 1 within Word. Next, I would have a Heading 2. Before I change this heading style, I'm going to remove the underline. Underlines can be mistaken for links and should be avoided in headings. Now that I've removed the underline and the text is selected, I'm going to the Styles pane and selecting the drop-down menu next to Heading 2, where I can select Update to Match Selection. The good news is, once I set this, I don't have to keep using the drop-down. My Heading 1 and Heading 2 styles are set. So now, when I find my next heading that should also be a Heading 2, I can just select Heading 2 either in the ribbon or in the Styles pane. Now I'm looking to see where my next Heading 2 should be. I highlight the text and select Heading 2 either in the ribbon or the Styles pane. I can do this with every Heading 2 that I have on my document. I have several Level 3 headings So I'm going to select the text. Then in the Styles pane, I'm selecting the drop-down next to heading 3. Then Update to Match Selection. Then I can go through and highlight each heading 3 and select heading 3 either in the Styles pane or in the ribbon. If you can't find what you're looking for in the Styles pane, there is a list selection at the bottom, and you can select all styles. Keep in mind you are not labeling each heading based on where it appears on the page in order. Rather, heading 1 is your title. Level 2 headings are the main headings on the document. Level 3 headings are subheadings. And level 4 headings, if you need them, are the headings under the subheadings. Do not skip heading levels. You should not have any level 3 headings unless you first have level 2 headings. Make sure headings are clear and concise and do not add underlines to the headings. This can look like a hyperlink and make it harder to read. Using properly styled heading hierarchy not only helps those with screen readers understand your content, but makes it more clear, organized, and accessible for everyone, including you when you are editing your own documents. The other benefit to properly styled headings is it is easier to find information in the document, which also helps you when creating your content. In the navigation pane, all of the headings I just added to my document have populated in the document map. So now I can select any heading, and it will bring me to that exact point on my document. This is especially helpful with longer documents. Whenever you create new documents, you can begin with effective heading hierarchy, but this is a simple way to go back and edit all of your existing Word documents to make them more accessible. To recap, headings need to be applied styles in your Word document by editing them in the Styles pane, not only creating visual hierarchy with font size and bold text. If your document is already visually formatted with a clear hierarchy, you can use the Styles pane to make the heading structure fit your current document. The document map in the navigation pane is a great way to navigate your document, especially longer documents, and will populate your hierarchy of headings as you add them.